Well, hi, it's Tiska Day. I hope all are well. Hope all are safe. So I want to say, well, I want to do a two-part video. So the first one is demon rebuking demons. I don't know how true it is, but I assume it is true. Because with spiritual growth comes healing and power, so to speak. But I guess it said like, okay, now if you can read demons or you can spot demons, then you should also be able to cast those demons out. But my thing is, I know for sure I'm not quite ready, nor would I be willing to cast demons out, because my definitions of casting out demons wouldn't be the biblical way, So I wouldn't be like, oh, throwing splashing water on you and hitting you across the head with Bibles, when I can use other force, So it's like to me, I'm not quite sure if I'm quite ready to cast out demons, and nor will I think I ever will. Because I just can't imagine myself like, oh, let me pray for you, demon, or let me get that demon out of you, a lady or a man, and not want to hit you across the head with a vase, So it's like my way of doing things is it's probably not always the biblical way or the quote unquote right way. Like I said, I still have learning to do. But yeah, again, when it comes to quote unquote casting out demons just because I can spot them, like I'm not quite sure if I would qualify for that position. Only because, like, even if I could, like, would I really be casting out demons, especially if that demon possessed person is bothering me? Yeah, I highly doubt that I would quote unquote rebuke demons. I mean, at least not in the way that people would think. Like, oh, okay, when Tees rebuked the demon, oh, they don't have a demon in them anymore. Like, if anything, there'll be a sword demon by the time I get done. Like, I don't know if I can rebuke. I mean, I can beat the hell out of a demon possessed person, but I'm not sure if that'll help with them, with the demon releasing their body. I don't know. All right, and the second thing that's on a more serious tip is there's a rise of paternity fraud, and paternity fraud is me coming out of nowhere. Oh yeah, you're the father of Ray, Laquan, and little Isabel. So I have three children, three supposed children by you, or you thought they were your children, but the whole time I was lying. And for Lord knows who, that those children could be the mailman's, And they said this is on a rise too because I guess people are finding out that their children, or these men are finding out that their children that they've been taking care of or they've had for 3+ years aren't theirs. There's been, I don't know if someone would get in their ear, but like, hey, you might want to check out your son. Your son doesn't really look like you. Or someone will come out of nowhere, like another man will come into the picture, like, hey, that baby that you just had 2-3 years old, that's my son, and perhaps I just found out, or maybe I just want to bring it to your attention. And now it's being concerned, or it's being discussed. Oh, should paternity tests be mandatory? And at first, now with me, I would be offended, because my thing is, now if I have a child and you go behind my back and get a paternity test or ask me for a paternity test, to me that would be offensive, because A, who the hell are you laying up with, and B, where's the trust? So my thing is, if you're having children with me and you don't trust me knowing that I am trustworthy, that to me, that's the only reason why I would be offended. Not because you want to be sure, but it's that you're basically saying you don't trust me and you don't believe the child is yours, and that's the only reason why I'll be offended. Not because you want to know for sure, because it's good to know for sure, it's good to be sure, but at the same time, you obviously don't know who the hell you're laying up with. And like I say, that's just my own personal feeling, but I do agree with mandatory paternity tests, only because that'll save a whole lot of people's lives. Could you imagine, you've been paying child support or taking care of this child for 20 years, and then by the time you get done paying off the student loans, then you want to tell me the child's not mine? Yeah, now that can even get so bad to, like, not only am I gonna kill the mother, the children might get it too, just because, like, I mean, not that the children had nothing to do with it, but some people, they just get so mad where it's like this whole family about to get taken out. Yeah, so I would say for safety purposes, I would agree with the mandatory paternity test, because like I say, that's going to save a whole lot of lives. Because like I say, if I know in the womb that the baby's not yours, or if you know upon delivery that the baby's not yours, that'll be a lot more safe than waiting 20 years down the line, especially if you have to pay child support, So I 1000% agree with that. So therefore, you don't have to worry about the mom asking for a paternity test, and you don't have to worry about the father, because upon you, before you sign the birth certificate, okay, hey, lady, this is your baby, and sir, congratulations, you two have a baby together. Then you sign the birth certificate. Because once you sign it, whether it's your baby or the mailman's, since you signed that birth certificate, it's going to be responsibilities on you, you know. So I find that I think that will be very necessary to do mandatory. Because like I say, these scandalous women, they are not going to tell you. They will come with a child that look like grizzly bears, like pretty much from a whole nother species, and will tell you that, oh, this is your child. And that's exactly what they all say. What do you mean, babe? It's yours. Why would you? What? You are his father. You are her father. And like, lying bees, to say the least. So like you get these harlots and Jezebels, and like I said, they will lie till they die. Like I swear, these are some, and don't let the snots and boogers get to coming. Not only are they lying, but they want to. How can you know this is yours? Sometimes I leap for joy, and I'm glad that I'm not a man, because I know sometimes it's hard. On the outside looking in, I know it's hard being a man. You gotta watch out. You gotta protect your bussy and. Sorry. You gotta make sure you don't get a bussy, you know. Then you gotta make sure you don't fall for these women or men in women's suits. Oh my goodness, you gotta. Men getting beat on by women. I'm like, yeah, I could. That couldn't be me. Yeah, God bless y'all. But yeah, for safety purposes, a mandatory paternity test is, that's needed, because, like I say, that's gonna save a whole lot of lives. You got a lot better chance of surviving that the baby is not his upon arrival of the baby versus that baby being in 2-3 plus years, you know, and you've been paying child support and sending them through college, and then you find out it's not your kid. Now that's more than enough to come up short over. So yeah, I'm thinking it'll be less painful to know, okay, while the baby's in the womb, hey, just so you know the baby's not yours. Because they also do in the womb paternity test too. So if you're somebody who can't wait, I need to know right now. I don't really want to wait, just so I don't have to be a part of the BS. I don't want to wait until the baby's born. You can find out. I think maybe a few months. I don't know if it's the second trimester on, but there's a few months into your pregnancy, you can find out the paternity of a child. You know, because the same way you can find out, hey, if it's a boy or a girl, you can find out. They can do DNA tests on who's the parents while the baby's still in the womb. So yeah. I'm 1000% in agreement with that, because like I say, there's nothing worse than, you know, you get these women want somebody to feel sorry for them when they get strangled to death or they get murdered because they told a man that the child is his, and come to find out it's with the mailman this whole time. Yeah. And then like I say, these same women will want somebody to feel sorry for them when they get the shit beat out of them. Like I say, stuff like that's dangerous, especially if a man has put his heart and soul into a child where he literally was excited and proud about it, and you were lying this whole. Yeah, people don't like to be deceived. So yeah, so I agree with that wholeheartedly, and it doesn't matter how either party feels about it. This is for your own damn protection, lady. Yeah, you might be offended or you might be lying, but at least you'll know that lie got out the way before it became dangerous. You know, so that should definitely be mandatory. Because someone also brought up a good point. Okay, so how is it that I can go to jail for not paying child support, but you're still out on the streets after lying, talking about this child of mine? You know, so I'm just saying. So it's a huge contradiction, and that needs to be mandatory. Like I said, because these women, y'all don't want to go to prison for lying, then, and you damn sure don't want to go to hell for lying. You know, after getting strangled to death, after finding out the truth, and you might as well expose yourself beforehand before anyone gets hurt. So I'm 1000% in support of that, because it's mandatory. Okay, just to save her life and save his. You are not the father beforehand, you know. So before you have to kill this lady, she's been hoeing this whole time, and you never knew, because she damn sure wasn't gonna tell you. And yeah, she's been messing with the mailman. And like I said, if you have suspicions, follow up on those suspicions. Because a lot of people, they find out because something told them to go get their DNA test, or they found out because some random dude came out of nowhere to say, hey, I've been messing with your significant other, and that baby might be mine. Yeah, so yeah, keep that in mind. And like I said, you get any gut feelings or you get any epiphanies, like, oh, something told me to do it, yeah, go ahead and do it, because more than likely that person is scandalous. And like I said, these lying bitches are not going to tell you. They are not going to tell you they've been hoeing this whole time, and they will deceive you, and then they will keep a straight face the whole time, and will lie too. We'll put some snot and boogers in there too. Will lie and cry. Yeah, so be careful of these harlots and these the Jezebels, to say the least. Yeah, because they're very vindictive, lying sons of guns. Yeah. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. You know, anything have to do with safety, yeah. If it's something that you know you can't, and You can't handle the bad news. Get it out the way beforehand, before you have to kill her for lying this whole time. Yeah, but I'm 1,000% in agreements, and they need to hurry up and get that in effect, because they said this is a huge issue. It happened too many times, and literally these people are only finding out because they're digging up dirt. They're not finding out because the woman's coming clean and saying, hey, there could be a possibility. No, these women, they're keeping their mouths shut, and they're going with the flow. Well, you are the father, and on good and damn well they're not. Yeah, so yeah, just be safe and be careful.